Almost every digitally enabled organization today requires security. Banks, hospitals, governments, and startups cannot decide that protecting customer data or financial transactions is optional. But cybersecurity is not one specific job you just plug into. It is an entire career family containing wildly different trajectories and vastly different daily realities. This chart shows the projected job growth over the next decade. While the average for all occupations sits at a tiny 3%, the demand for information security analysts is projected to grow by 29%. Right now, companies simply cannot find the people they need. Over 84% of enterprises report that it takes between 1 and 6 months to fill their open cybersecurity positions. The World Economic Forum projects that networks and cybersecurity will be among the fastest growing skills globally through 2030, sitting immediately behind AI and big data. For Indian students, the opportunity is unusually strong. The combination of expanding global capability centers, massive volumes of digital transactions, and national infrastructure initiatives creates a massive domestic market that also effectively exports talent globally. Yet, despite this massive demand, fresh graduates often struggle to find work. There is a persistent mismatch between holding a standard degree and actually possessing the specialized skills employers are currently prioritizing. The cybersecurity boom is real, but the rewards are concentrated. Navigating this landscape requires building a profile that goes well beyond the standard curriculum. The biggest force reshaping this landscape is artificial intelligence. AI acts simultaneously as a direct threat to basic security jobs and a massive growth engine for advanced roles. Take a traditional entry-level role, like a Security Operations Center Level 1 analyst. Their daily reality heavily involves basic log analysis, alert triage, and repetitive monitoring. This quadrant chart maps out the impact. The horizontal axis goes from routine to strategic work, and the vertical axis measures vulnerability to AI automation. Because SOC Level 1 work is highly repetitive, it sits right here in the bottom left quadrant. AI can increasingly automate malware classification and basic scanning, making these specific roles highly vulnerable. But look at the top right quadrant. Roles like AI security engineer, cloud architect, and OT industrial security are structurally resistant to automation. They defend generative AI models, manage massive cloud infrastructures, and safeguard physical industrial systems. Reaching this architectural level gives you immense leverage. You become highly valuable to multinational tech companies, consulting firms, and international clients, giving you excellent global mobility. The catch is the barrier to entry. To secure a cloud environment or an AI agent, you must first master computer science fundamentals, coding, and cloud architecture before you even touch the security aspects. AI will not eliminate the cybersecurity profession. It will ruthlessly divide it, heavily rewarding those who move past operational monitoring and build actual system architecture. This brings us to a major misconception that accumulating basic, entry-level certificates is a reliable shortcut to a lucrative career. Because the field is perceived as high-paying, we're seeing massive certification inflation. Employers are increasingly ignoring resumes packed with paper certificates if the candidate lacks practical, hands-on proof of skill. This comparison matrix shows two distinct trajectories. The left column is the weak path, getting a degree, passing a multiple-choice certification, and landing in repetitive tool operation. The right column is the strong path, mastering computer fundamentals, gaining cloud expertise, and heavily specializing. When we overlay current India salary data, the divide is clear. The weak path stagnates around 4 to 8 lakhs per annum. The strong path scales up rapidly, hitting 17 to 25 lakhs mid-career and pushing past 50 to 89 lakhs for senior experts. To access that strong path, employers demand proof of capability. They want to see your GitHub projects, your performance in capture the flag competitions, and your ability to troubleshoot live cloud environments. Achieving this level of expertise requires surviving a brutal, continuous learning curve. The technological environment changes constantly. Yesterday's skill was configuring firewalls. Today, it's building zero-trust architecture. Tomorrow, securing autonomous AI agents. Unlike a doctor who doesn't have to relearn human anatomy every 2 years, a cybersecurity professional essentially sees their entire operating environment replaced over and over again. The massive financial upside in cybersecurity is not free money. It is direct hazard pay for enduring a steep, never-ending learning curve. Long-term survival in this field actually has less to do with the specific tech stack you know today, and much more to do with your innate personality. This scorecard highlights the ideal fit. You need an investigative mindset that notices anomalies others miss, risk thinking that naturally asks what could go wrong, and high persistence to spend hours debugging a single issue. Incident response professionals operate in highly ambiguous, high-pressure situations, trying to isolate a digital infection while a company's operations are actively grinding to a halt. The consequences for mistakes are incredibly high, and ransomware emergencies do not politely confine themselves to a 9-to-5 schedule. You will face overnight incidents and on-call rotations. If you require strict work-life predictability, dislike constant upskilling, and have a low tolerance for stress, this field will quickly drain you. A student could easily score 95% in computer science theory and still be utterly miserable doing the actual work of a cybersecurity analyst. Technical aptitude will not sustain you if your personality cannot tolerate chronic unpredictability and high-stakes troubleshooting. Looking at the macroeconomic data for the next decade, cybersecurity firmly stands as a Tier 1 future career, placed right alongside AI, machine learning, and data engineering. Let's synthesize this using a final SWOT analysis to weigh the complete career proposition. The strengths are massive global demand and excellent career mobility. But they are strictly balanced by the weaknesses, a steep initial learning curve, and the potential for burnout in operational roles. The opportunities are heavily concentrated in emerging fields like AI security and cloud architecture. However, the critical threat remains AI rapidly wiping out Level 1 monitoring jobs. The most resilient path for the next decade combines 4 specific pillars: computer science fundamentals, strong cloud expertise, deep AI knowledge, and specialized security training. This path is dangerous for anyone seeking an easy tech shortcut, but it is perfect for curious problem solvers who want deep global career longevity. Is this career interesting? Do you want to know if you fit this? Comment screen below. Nexara team will contact you. Thanks.